Hello everybody, this is Kate at Library of Whispers, and it's still raining in the background. I did a video earlier on old photographs of London, and yeah, there was a lot of rain, so apologies for the noise. Sometimes people like the sound of rain in the background. Anyway, so today we are going to have a look at this variety pack of coffee which I found in the shops, obviously, not just on the street. And we're going to also, once we've made some coffee and I've chosen which coffee I'm going to have, we're going to take a look at some of these postcards which I have in my drawer, and some of them are quite interesting. So the first thing to do is let's have a look at the coffees. So we'll move these out of the way for a moment. Here. So this is a brand actually that I've had before. In fact, I think I might have even shown it to you in the video. And what I like about this, and I've just discovered this, is that as well as the little jars of coffee, they also do this variety pack, which is 12 flavour instant coffee sticks. And the company is called Beanie's Flavour Coffee. And let's read the back. It says, "We are the flavour coffee specialists, flavour fanatics, and on a mission to revolutionise the average cup of coffee. Step aside flavoured syrups. Beanie's is dedicated to creating coffee that's so full of flavour there's no need to add sugar. These single-serve sticks of flavour instant coffee are the perfect travel companion. Whether you're travelling somewhere exotic or simply stashing them in your office drawer, you'll be sure to always have a cup of Beanie's at your fingertips. Where will your flavour take you?" And they've actually made a description of the actual flavours. So I'm going to open this up and see what sticks we have, and what flavours we have. Try to do this noiselessly. But it's difficult. Okay, there they are. Let's pour them out. There's a box. So we have cookie dough flavour in a nice pink pack, and we have double chocolate flavour instant coffee. Sounds nice. Now I've had this one before. This is Irish cream flavour. It's very nice. And then we have mint chocolate flavour. Haven't had this one before. And this one is called Very Vanilla. That's a new one. And this is one I've had before. This is a favourite. This is gingerbread gingerbread flavour. And this is a new one. This is called Coconut Delight. Ooh, this is creamy caramel. And this one is nutty hazelnut. And this one is cinnamon hazelnut. I've had a jar of this one before. That's another favourite. Ooh, amaretto almond. And the last one is chocolate orange. So I've had that one before. So if I take out the ones that I've already had, I've had chocolate orange. So that one can go over there. I've had Irish cream. Very nice. And I have had cinnamon hazelnut and gingerbread. So these are the ones that I haven't had before, which I can try now. What do you think? I fancy double chocolate. Definitely. Okay. So let's put these away. Bring in the cup. Take out the spoon and open up the sachet. Ooh, I can smell it now. It smells very chocolatey. Hot water. And some milk. Put a bit more milk in. Move the milk over to there. Let's taste. Smells nice. So I brought the camera down a little bit so that we can see the postcards better. Now I'll describe the coffee. This is double chocolate and it is quite chocolatey actually. So it's a bit like a mocha, I would say. Yeah, it's a nice taste. It's quite sweetish, I guess. It's nice. So let's have a look at these. This one. Oops. Everything's ever so slightly wet. Okay. So this one is two ladies and a gentleman in a top hat. Let's see what the back says. This is from Royal Ascot, June 1921. Fashionable young women are chaperoned to a day at the races, exquisitely attired for the occasion in the latest gowns, complete with ascot hats and silk stockings. the man in the back. This strange looking car on the left hand side. And this one, which has already been slightly damaged by water, is a beach. Donkeys on the beach. This is Blackpool, July 1950. For thousands of holidaymakers, Blackpool offers everything the family could wish for at the seaside, not forgetting traditional donkey rides on the sands. And this looks like a typewriter, one of those old mechanical ones. Says Glasgow, August 1955. Women assembling typewriters at British Olivetti in Glasgow. The city, previously dependent on heavy industries such as shipbuilding, was facing intense competition from Japan and Europe. Industry must move with the times, and special skills are now being adapted to new uses and applications. Let's have a bit of coffee. And this one, this says Smiths. And there's a clock and an aeroplane. This is the 16th of November 1932, looking down on time, a clock for airmen. A very useful innovation in the form of a gigantic and at night time illuminated clock was installed at Heston Airport in Middlesex for the benefit of aviators. The dial was over 16 foot in diameter and the figures were white on black. And I recognise some royalty here. What is this one? This is Wales, November 1936, the Hungry 30s. King Edward VIII talking to the unemployed at Artillery during his tour of South Wales, shortly before his abdication. South Wales suffered severe unemployment during the Depression, with pit after pit and factory after factory closing down. The King's visit gave the comfort of official recognition of the widespread misery, but more practical help was hard to come by. And that's a very recognisable figure and face. Churchill. This is London, 13th of May 1942. Winston Churchill inspects the House of Commons Home Guards. Many MPs were among the troops. The Home Guard was a territorial force consisting of part-time volunteers organised for the defence of the realm during World War II. Originally named the LDV, Local Defence Volunteers, much of the training in its very early days was done with broomsticks, rifles being in short supply. I doubt very much they were flying around on them though. Let's have a bit more coffee. This one says Fordson tractors. The Fordson tractor. Produced from 1917, the British government, anxious to secure supplies of tractors and implements to help the food production campaign of the First World War, placed an order for 6,000 of these tractors. It was a successful choice, for the Fordson was on the whole reliable, sturdy and efficient. The government's order of tractors arrived too late to contribute greatly to the war effort, but the Fordson soon won the piece, being established as the most popular tractor in British farming. The illustration is from a catalogue of 1937. And this one is 29th of May 1947. Sir Malcolm Campbell's World Water Speed Record bid in Jet Bluebird. Sir Malcolm Campbell's Bluebird is now completed and ready for trials prior to his attempt at the world record on Lake Coniston. The actual hull up to the gunwale is fundamentally the same as that designed and built by Vespa Limited before the war. This broke the previous record in 1939 by attaining a speed of 101.7 miles per hour. In order to improve on this, a de Havilland Goblin jet engine has been installed, which provides a static thrust of 3,000 pounds. Picture shows Sir Malcolm in the cockpit of Bluebird at the Vespa shipyard in Portsmouth. And unfortunately, I think he actually died in that attempt. And this one is curious. This is hop picking. Until the work was mechanised after the Second World War, local labour for hop picking was augmented by families from surrounding towns and villages. Kent, in particular, attracted people from London, and many of the hop farms became effectively work holiday camps during the early autumn. Payment for the pickers was at the rate of so many bushels to the shilling, a bushel being one of the large hop pockets containing about 8 gallons. After picking, the hops were measured off into the bushel under the watchful eye of the tallyman, who here is recording the quantities against each picker in his pocketbook. Lots of sounds. I see. He's the tallyman. Coffee. This old picture this is London, June 1922. Busy traffic scene in the city of London with open-topped double-decker buses and taxi cabs, Bank of England on the left and the pillared portico of the Royal Exchange directly ahead. As the century progressed, the pollution of roads with horse manure was gradually replaced by pollution from the internal combustion engine. Omnibus. The policeman in the middle there. Sort of like organised chaos. Nothing's really changed then. This one is... This is London 1925. The Gibson Girl hat coming back. The new woman of the 1900s was defined by the American magazine illustrator Charles Gibson, who depicted her as a tall, graceful, independent and dashing. Here at the fashion show of the Retail Millinery Association held in the Hotel Astor, the big hat is being revived. And this one, what on earth have they got hold of? This is London's Palm Beach, 1926. Not Torquay or the Côte d'Azur, but a short excursion by Southern Railway from Waterloo. The new Thames resort at Hampton Court proved popular with local bathing beauties. And this one is London, December 1954. The Crazy Gang, Nervo and Knox, Norton and Gold and Bud Flanagan, with their producer Jack Hyleton and manager Chesney Allen, rehearsed their new show, Joker's Wild, at the Victoria Palace in London. There were other members of this loose-knit troupe, all of whom were stars in their own right. This is Gretna Green, the old blacksmith shop. Gretna Green, April 1956. Cyril Best from Kent with his fiancée Christine outside the famous old blacksmith shop at Gretna Green on the Scottish border. The number of young couples who run away to Scotland in order to get married without their parents' consent is increasing every year. Trade became so brisk that rival old blacksmith shops were opened. Oh, here's the Goons. Yep, June 1951, the Goons, after making good individually, formed young comics from left to right. So Harry Seacombe, Michael Bentine, Spike Milligan, Peter Sellers, have got together on a radio programme. They put across their favourite kind of fun, which they call goonery. Here they prepare to change their glasses to opticians. And this one is 1950, Sally, Sally, Pride of Our Alley. The popular singer Gracie Fields, photographed at work in the broadcasting studios of Radio Luxembourg. With her warm personality and Lancashire humour, our Gracie was a great favourite with the British public. Equally successful as a film and stage actress, she will be long remembered for her marvellous natural voice and her irresistible vitality. This is a strange one. This is Brighton. Brighton, 12th of August 1939. Enjoyment of a summer day on Brighton Beach is overshadowed by the prospect of war. War was declared within the month on the 3rd of September. More coffee. And this one is obviously some kind of factory. This is, Liverpool, 1936. Women workers on a production line hand coating biscuits with coloured sugar icing at the W&R Jacob factory in Aintree, Liverpool. In the better quality of sweet meat, where uniformity of covering was important and differentiation of centres was shown by different styles of decoration, a considerable and sustained skill was necessary. This one is London, 1951. The Festival of Britain captured the mood of a new optimistic post-war society, and thousands of visitors flocked to the specially created site on London's bomb-damaged South Bank. In this advertisement, the construction company Costain take pride in the transformation. It says, the South Bank reconstruction for the 1951 Festival of Britain was completed by Costain on time. Oh, this is slightly different. This one is This is Sowerby Hall and Gardens in Bridlington, East Yorkshire. So, not part of this set. And this one is circa 1956. A teenager waiting outside the Gaumont Cinema showing Rock Around the Clock, starring Bill Haley and the Comets. Post-war popular music was realistic and rich in social comment. Bill Haley, first of the rock and roll stars, revolutionised the music and message. The film was a smash hit, causing riots and disturbances all over the country. And this one, this is Royal Ascot, June 1921. One of the highlights of the summer social scene, a racing party enjoys an informal picnic luncheon on the grass beside their motorcar. Although such picnics were called informal, their content and service was far from it. Note the well-stocked hamper and hats firmly in place. Yeah, that's anything but informal, isn't it? Nearly at the end. And this one is Eastbourne, Easter 1948. Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside. And no seaside holiday is complete without a visit to the bandstand. A large crowd gathered in the fine spring weather to listen to the band on the promenade. Eastbourne's open-air summer concerts on the seafront were as popular as a visit to the pier, as long as you were well wrapped up against the elements. And this one is 1936. One of the first interior pictures of the new Cunard White Star superliner, the Queen Mary. Launched from Clydebank in March 1936, the picture shows the luxurious cabin observation lounge and cocktail bar. Very luxurious. And this one, okay, so this is connected to this one. This is the 24th of March 1936, the Queen Mary sails. Britain's giant new liner, the Queen Mary, leaves her berth at Clydebank, Glasgow, amid the cheers of 1 million spectators. During World War II, she was used for troop carrying and other duties, since her speed made her a difficult target for U-boats. This is King of Great Britain and Ireland, son of Queen Victoria, succeeded to the crown in 1901. Pictured here in his coronation robes, 9th of August 1902, the Playboy King gave his name to the carefree and stylish Edwardian age immediately preceding the First World War. Much popular credence was given to the belief that there would be no war between Britain and Germany because Edward was an uncle of Kaiser Wilhelm. Well, that didn't work out very well. And this one is London, November 1915, quite appropriately, after we've looked at this one. Home scenes from the Great War. A recruiting march by the King's Royal Rifle Corps, patriotism, a sense of adventure, and hard times led to floods of volunteers in the early days of the war. Most regiments undertook recruiting marches in cities and large towns and raised battalions bearing the name of the town or county. This is Nottingham, November 1929. Male mannequins. take part in an afternoon parade before a mostly feminine audience to show off contemporary menswear at the Great Nottingham Cooperative Society showroom. From left to right, the photo shows what the well-dressed man should be wearing through morning, noon and night. How bizarre. And this one is, come and help with the victory harvest. You are needed in the fields. Apply to nearest employment exchange for leaflet and enrolment form, or write direct to the Department of Agriculture for Scotland, 15 Grosvenor Street, Edinburgh. This is Victory Harvest, a typical Second World War recruitment poster. Women played a vital role in running the country's farms when they joined the Land Army, undertaking every kind of labouring work in place of farm workers away at the front. The poster was to encourage people during their holidays, days off from work or other leisure time, to help with the harvest. In general, cereals had to be stocked for 3 weeks before carrying for threshing or ricking. And finally, this one, Cooper's Dip for your flock. Mr. Lincoln to Mr. Chemist, dip please, and it must be Cooper's. Cooper's Dip. William Cooper was one of the first graduates of the Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons, who in 1843 opened his surgery in Berkhamsted. He produced the first effective dip for the control of scab in sheep. You see, this isn't just relaxing, you're also learning something. These are the powders that are added to the bath when the sheep are dipped annually. This wittily designed poster was one of several issued by the company in the early 1900s. The Lincoln was one of the greater breeds of sheep in this country. Changes in fashion in both wool and lamb production have meant that it is now a rare breed. Well, that was fun. Just finished my coffee. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. These were quite fun. Thank you for joining me. And of course, this is Kate at the Library of Whispers, and I shall see you very soon. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.